By the end of this video, your VPS server will be secure like never before. We're gonna set up two-factor authentication so that whenever you log into your VPS, you will need to provide this 6-digit verification code that will be displayed in the app on your phone. And you might ask yourself, why? Isn't SSH secure enough? As a protocol, maybe, but nowadays phishing attacks are so sophisticated that no matter how strong your password is, if you fall victim to one, all your data might be gone in a matter of seconds. That's why you wanna have this additional layer of authentication so that hacking you will be twice as hard. For our demonstration, we're gonna use DigitalOcean Droplet. As a region, I choose San Francisco, and as an OS, I'm gonna go with Ubuntu. Droplet type, CPU and disk, go with whatever suits you. The most basic options are completely enough for me, so I'm gonna stick with them. Now let's stop here for a second. We have two authentication options, password and SSH key. And actually SSH key is way more secure because it eliminates the risk of falling victim to a typical phishing attack. If you choose this option, DigitalOcean will guide you through the whole setup process. But you must remember that SSH key can be stolen, so you still need 2FA. For the simplicity, I'm gonna go with password, so let me type it. And the last thing is to click the Create Droplet button. You need to wait a couple seconds for your droplet to initialize. Now there are two ways to connect to your droplet. First is by clicking the console button, and as you will see in a second, we are gonna be connected as root. Wait for it. And here it is. If you are not sure, you can always type whoami command and it will show you your current user. Second option is via SSH, so let's open up PowerShell, type SSH root, let me copy the IP address, go back to PowerShell, paste it, press enter. Now type yes, and type your password. Now as you can see, we are also connected as root. Let's start by creating a new user, we're gonna call him Mike, set a password for him. Now retype it. And as for his details, we're gonna leave them blank, just press enter a couple times, and Y at the end. Alright, let's give Mike sudo permissions, and by the way, all these commands are in the description, so if you don't want to type them by hand, you can always copy paste. Let's test it. su Mike to switch user, and sudo whoami. As you can see, we get root, which basically means that we successfully run whoami with sudo privileges. And now with all this done, we can set up the 2FA itself. Firstly, very standard thing, sudo apt update. And once it's done, sudo apt install libpam Google Authenticator. Type Y here and enter. And clear at the end. Now to launch it, type Google-Authenticator. Press enter and type Y here. Now we get this QR code, let me make this bigger for you. Alright, this should be enough. And now you want to scan this QR code with 2FA's mobile app, available for both Android and iOS devices. Click the red plus icon and point your camera to the QR code. Once you do that, you will see this 6-digit verification code that you need to retype right here. So it is gonna be 456533 and enter. Now as you can see, we have these emergency scratch codes. Make sure to save them somewhere safe. To complete the configuration, just type Y and enter. Y again, and one more time. Alright, we are almost finished. Now we need to edit two more files. Again, all the commands are in the description. Sudo nano etc pam.d/sshd and add this one line. It specifically tells the system to use PAM Google Authenticator module to enforce 2FA during login. Ctrl X, Shift Y and enter to save and exit. Another configuration file we need to edit is sshd config. Here we want to look for KBD interactive authentication and make sure it's set to yes. Also check if use PAM is set to yes. As we are here, you can optionally disable root login. Look for permit root login and set it to no. Thanks to this, whoever tries to hack into your VPS will first need to break into user account and then maybe elevate his privileges. You will make hackers' life a little bit harder. Again, Ctrl X, Shift Y and enter to exit. The last step is to restart SSH. Type sudo systemctl restart SSH, press enter, and now instead of restart, type status. Now you can see that your SSH is active and running. Alright, everything should be working by now, so let's test it. First, let's try logging in as root. SSH root at 146.190.112.58. It asks us for the password, so let's type it. As you can see, it failed. You may think this is because I made a typo, so let me try again. Again, it fails. This is all because we blocked root login. Now let me try logging in as Mike. Alright, it asks us for the password, classic. And now it asks for the verification code. In my case, it's gonna be 088717. And enter. As you can see, we are in. Alright, but there is more stuff that I wanna talk about. Let's start with backup. Two-FAS has a built-in, easy-to-use backup system. Just go to Settings, Two-FAS Backup, and make sure Google Drive or iCloud synchronization is turned on. If you are using iPhone, as you can see, cloud synchronization is pretty much in the same place. Now if you lose your phone or basically lose access to Two-FAS mobile app, the recovery process is as simple as installing Two-FAS on a new device and logging in with the same iCloud or Google account. Thanks for watching till the end. Join our Discord server. If you have any questions, you can ask them there or in the comments section under this video. Subscribe and see you in the next tutorials.